Crypto King is not a financial advisor.
What do you say to someone watching who's still a little bit leery when it comes to anything cryptocurrency?
Never in the history of your life or your parents or your grandparents' life have they seen a new legal tender be created from scratch. So if you're still leery at this point, just stay out. Don't even buy it. Stay out and just watch us create an entire new money market without you. And then you'll have to explain to your kids why you let the biggest transfer in financial history happen and you did nothing.
Get started in investing in crypto today with Gemini, a next generation Bitcoin exchange. Earn free Bitcoin by using the link in the description box below. So what's up, fam? I'm still out here on the apartment search. So I came over here to this large building over here in the area because it got a nice tall step. The way that this building is really tall and it can overlook the part of the city. So I'm about to check out on the site here and see, you know, what units they have over here that's available for rent. So, you know, I came over here to check this out, and it seemed like a real cool place. But let's see what they got and check it out. Yeah, family, so you can see the two buildings. That's building number 2 right there, and that's building number 1. So, you know, I got the information off the side of the window right there. You know, they have some pretty fair, it looked like some pretty fair prices for what you're getting over here. So what you're really gonna be paying for ultimately is the view and kind of the space in here. And then it's got security all around it, and it's in a gated area. And you can see right here, those electric wires. They really actually have electric wires out here to prevent people from hopping the gates and trying to come in and do something messed up over here. So, you know, what I like about this is that, you know, you had there was quite a few options to choose from. So that means that there are plenty openings. It's in a nice area, clean part of town. The view is definitely what I'm going for. You know, I want to get an apartment somewhere towards the top because they got all of the units have balconies here, and get a unit towards the top. And so I can overlook the city. I just like that view as a peaceful, serene type of thing for me. So that's what I'm kind of looking for. But nevertheless, that's not the end all be all. And if it don't work out, then there's plenty more options. So, you know, I'm gonna just go ahead and turn this camera around and let y'all get a view of what it is for me going out on an apartment search in Bogota. You know, I got a few videos out there already about me looking for some apartments. But this time I'm in a whole different area of town doing this. So, you know what I'm saying? I just want to highlight, you know, and document it so you'll know. But please know that there's plenty of options here in Bogota. So we'll get back at you in a moment, man. Yeah, family, so I went walking up the hill. As you can see, this is an incline up here, and going over here to, you know what I'm saying, it was a set of apartments right here, and then there's one on the other side you can see right up here. I wanted to go check those out because they had like the balcony view I'm looking for. But you know, assessing the situation in the area, in the neighborhood right here where these are actually located, you know, walking to and from the store, carrying stuff in your hand, you know, on an incline, is gonna be like a workout in itself. And it can get really, you know, unbearable sometimes when you're thinking about that. So I just wanted to tell you, you know, in different places in the world that's not what you're used to living as, you have to consider those types of things. The terrain, the climate, or the weather that's here. You also have to consider the distance that you would have to travel going to and from your destinations, like the gym, the grocery store, you know, going to pay a phone bill, etc. All of those types of things, even entertainment for that matter, you know. So you have to consider all those things when, you know, looking for a place or a unit to live in. So that is what I wanted to, you know, tell you and let you know. You know, you have to take all of those into consideration as well. So right now I'm still walking. You know, I'm just strolling. It's early in the evening, and you know, just trying to find something that I may like. So we'll see. And yeah, so take a look at some of these flats and these old style constructions and the way that they are made, and you can get an idea for what, you know, I'm talking about. Welcome, family, and thank you for tuning in to Crypto King's Crypto Crunch. Today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about a few different things. The first thing I'm going to talk to you about is a guide to gas fees. A lot of people have had questions about what are gas fees and what are they associated with. So I want to take this time here to be able to explain to you thoroughly what gas fees are, how they are used, and what you should expect. So, what is gas? Well, gas represents the transaction cost that is incurred when making a transaction on the blockchain. You can consider it a processing fee with a varying price. The price of gas is also dependent on the amount of blockchain traffic at that time. The higher the traffic, the higher the price to make the transaction go through. The speed of your transaction is dependent upon the amount of gas that you choose to pay. You can pay more for faster processing, or your transaction can be paid less for slower transaction processing. Gas fees are effectively a bid that you send to the miners in the Ethereum blockchain to prioritize your transaction over other transactions. You can manually adjust the gas price measured in GWEI or GWEI, but do not adjust the gas limit. The term gas wars refers to when many people are attempting to make similar transactions, often minting, which can cause the price of gas to spike. Whoever chooses to pay the higher gas will have their transaction successfully processed first. In a gas war, if multiple people are competing for one transaction, such as purchasing a single NFT, those whose transaction did not go through lose the money they paid in gas. Gas is not returned. Even if the transaction fails, it is still paid to the miners. Finding a balance with gas is key. Setting your gas price too high may cause you to overpay when you don't have to or need to, but setting it too low leaves you at risk of your transaction not being processed in time. And it is always a good idea to check the price of gas before going to make a transaction, as it can fluctuate throughout the day. Sites like ethgasstation.info are very helpful, or you can use the gas command, which is !gas, to be able to find out the different gas fees. This is located in a Discord for VV friends. If you have any questions or comments about gas fees or anything related to NFTs or just transactions in the cryptocurrency blockchain in general,
please leave them down below in the comment box, and I'll do my best to be able to get back to you as soon as possible with the best answer that I can find for you.
Well, family, so right here in Bogota, just so you know, we're walking down one of the main avenues here. In this spot right here, Casa Babylon, it's like a reggaeton, like a Caribbean vibe spot. So if you ever in this part of town, and you would come right here, and that's the type of music you want to listen to, you come here and do that. I think they serve food up there too. Yeah, they got food. They got a food menu up there as well. So, you know, you can come here, enjoy food, dancing, and drinks. You know, I think the popping nights be Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. You can come right here, Casa Babylon, and you can get your reggaeton on.
Okay, family, the next question I want to tackle is, what is yield farming? A lot of people have had questions about yield farming, lending, providing liquidity. So I just want to cover what yield farming is so you have a better understanding of how to be able to take advantage of this opportunity to make passive income in the crypto space. What yield farming does, it maximizes your returns. Okay, many decentralized applications allow users to lend and borrow crypto assets in exchange for various rewards, such as regular interest payments, free tokens, and shares of transaction fees. Early on, a number of DeFi users discovered that they could leverage multiple platforms at the same time to generate maximum returns for their assets. This has become known as yield farming. So, what are you going to use to be able to yield farm? Well, there are three main DeFi techniques for yield farming. The first one is liquidity pools. Next, you have lending and borrowing platforms. And last, you have staking liquidity provider tokens. The lending and borrowing component. Now, projects like Compound and Aave, they're very popular in the DeFi lending platform space, where users can earn interest on their crypto assets by depositing their crypto. Borrowers can even yield by depositing crypto as a collateral and taking out a loan. The loan funds are then lent to other yield generating platforms. The goal is to borrow assets that generate a higher yield return than the loan interest repayments to make a profit. Now, liquidity pools are described as decentralized exchange protocols such as Uniswap, Balancer, and PancakeSwap to allow users to add their crypto assets or provide liquidity to pools that other investors use for swapping tokens. In return, liquidity providers receive a liquidity provider token, or LP token, which represents their share of the assets in the pool. The LP tokens give holders a right to the percentage of the transaction fees charged to the users for swapping tokens in the pool upon redemption.
Yeah, family. So, you know, it took a little bit of time today to go try to check out some different apartment locations and stuff. You know, seen a couple that I didn't like, but didn't really stand out. You know, so I'm gonna continue my search on. But this building I just showed you, I'm gonna go try to look in here because I like that one too, and it's up pretty high, and it give me a good view of the city, and it has some balconies as well. So I'm definitely going to go try to see if I can go inside of here, and from there see what I can find.
So you can also stake your LP tokens. Now, some DeFi platforms like PancakeSwap will allow users to stake their LP tokens to generate additional yield returns. So not only can you earn transaction fees and native tokens through liquidity providing, but you can also earn a yield from the liquidity provided tokens that you receive. This is just another way that DeFi protocols incentivize liquidity providers to keep their assets deposited in the pools for a long period of time. Now, there are risks to DeFi lending on these platforms because of things such as rug pulls or, fake projects being made and put out there with grand marketing to get people in to be able to be robbed of their crypto assets for the lack of doing your own research. It is very, very important for you to be able to do your own research on these projects that you plan to put your investments in so that this won't happen to you. But here are 3 major risks to DeFi lending. Impairment loss. When you commit your assets to a liquidity pool, you run the risk of impairment loss. This is when the price of the assets is locked up in a liquidity pool and it changes after being deposited after it creates an unrealized loss, versus if the liquidity provider had simply held the assets in a crypto wallet. The change has to do with the automated market maker system DeFi liquidity pools use. The next one is the flash loan attack. Now, a flash loan is a type of uncollateralized loan powered by a smart contract. When a borrower receives a flash loan, they have to repay it within the same transaction, or the loan is rolled back like it never happened. A flash loan attack is when a person uses the feature to borrow thousands of dollars worth of crypto assets and uses them to exploit loopholes in DeFi protocols. And as I mentioned before, we have rug pulls. Now, rug pulls are a type of exit scam where DeFi developers create a new token, pair it to a lending cryptocurrency such as Tether or Ethereum, and set up a liquidity pool. Once the pool has a substantial amount of lending crypto in it, the DeFi developers use backdoors intentionally coded into the token smart contract to mint millions of new coins that they use to sell for the leading crypto. This completely drains the leading crypto from the pool, leaving millions of worthless coins in it. The most recent example of a rug pull would be the Squid Game. So there was a movie that was coming out called The Squid Game, and some people decided to make a cryptocurrency token behind this. And because of the movie and the popularity of the advertisement, a lot of people interested in crypto decided to take a chance here with this particular project, not realizing that this was an actual scam. And once they got to a certain amount of number that I guess the criminals wanted to, have, they then what they call quote unquote rug pull. Basically, you could picture that in your mind. They just pulled the rug out from under the people who invested them and left them with a bunch of worthless tokens or coins for that Squid Game. You have to be careful of that, and it is imperative that you do your own research.
Well, family, I just went in the apartment building, and the staff, they on lunch, and I didn't feel like waiting because they just went on lunch, so I didn't feel like waiting to go see a model unit. So I just returned on another day to get some footage of the model units of that building, what you can rent an apartment in, and you saw that they building up a nice little food court in there. They already have some establishments in there where you can sit down and enjoy the atmosphere, so that's definitely something I'm going to consider. And I just have to bring you some footage from the model units on another day once I make it back over there. But in the meantime, I'm headed back to the apartment so I can start working on some more crypto research and get ready for the weekend. So thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode. Ciao.
Well, family, that's about all the information that I have for you today on Crypto King's Crypto Crunch. Thank you for hanging in all the way to the end. If you enjoyed the information that was presented today on this channel, please go ahead and give that like button a smash. Also, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a comment or a question, please leave them down below in the comment box and I'll be sure to answer and get back with you as soon as possible. Also, if you're interested in joining my Blockchain Brothers WhatsApp group, please contact me at CryptoKingLos@gmail.com. Remember, family, excuses are tools of incompetence used to build monuments of nothing. Those who specialize in them seldom amount to anything. There are no excuses. Never look down on anyone. And if you have to look down on someone, look down on them to lift them up. We should always be lifting as we climb. Hold fast, be strong, don't quit. Let all your things be done in charity. I love you, Yeshua loves you, and there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. Have a great day and a great week.